on Hurricane Florence, which continues to strengthen this evening, now at 90 miles per hour by our best estimates, and a pressure of around 975 millibars. The storm continues to intensify this evening at 24.6 north, 57.4 degrees west as of 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It's a stage 3 on the CDPS scale right now, and it's just about to enter stage 4 actually, up the next tier out of that 10-tiered scale. Significant damage expected, and that's going to get a whole lot worse if the storm intensifies as we think it will. 693 miles from Bermuda, 1400 from Wilmington, North Carolina, and just less than 1500 from Charleston. So there are no warnings in effect at this time, but you can see just how far away from land it still is, and it's going to get very close to watches and warnings territory in the next 2 days. The warnings will probably be issued on Tuesday, or at least a hurricane watch. And this is what we expect will happen over the next 5 days. This is from the GFS model, which is one of many different models that you can look at, and they're all saying wildly different things at the minute. This is the latest GFS through Wednesday, and then towards the end of the week approaching land, striking the outer banks of North Carolina, and then stalling is what the latest GFS is saying. The latest National Hurricane Center advisory is starting to play into the idea that stalling could occur during or after landfall. These are the current temperatures, the sea surface temperatures right now, around 28 or 29 degrees all the way up to the US East Coast, and the live land temperatures there as well as we go into the evening hours. And this is now the wind field forecast. Again, this is just the GFS run. Over the next few days it's going to look like this. Monday, continuing to intensify, probably category 2 by then. By the middle part of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll probably see the storm peaking. The National Hurricane Center think it will peak with winds of 150 miles per hour before striking as a category 4 late on in the week, and further south than what this GFS model is currently showing. We'll show you that shortly. But as it stands, these are the chances of tropical storm force winds right now across the continent. 88% at Wilmington, 81% at Myrtle Beach, 73% at Cape Hatteras, 58% in Charleston, and 23% in Washington DC, just a few selected locations amongst a very long list. So these are what all the models are saying right now. 1 or 2 saying still that Florence could get to category 5. Most of the models are pretty tight-knit there on category 4, most are guaranteeing that. And that's because wind shear is going to be low for the next 3 days, which gives Florence quite a large amount of time to intensify substantially, and it's already beginning to do so right now. You can see those model trends there as well. Most of them now, if not all of them, take the storm into North Carolina, but South Carolina could still get some serious impacts from this storm. It's expected to be twice this size by the time it reaches the US East Coast, and if it stalls, it could grow even larger. This is the latest satellite imagery. You can see an eye has been trying to develop in the last few frames. There was a small eye that did appear very briefly, and that will probably become more apparent later on tonight as things continue. It's trying to complete the eye wall, and once that happens, this storm is going to intensify markedly through the next following 24 hours. Stay tuned. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. You can also add my personal account on Discord, Fool13 at extension 9094, and Force13 on Skype. We also have a new server on Discord. You can find a link in the community tab.